Hi guys, a very good evening to all of you watching this live video slash IGTV. I am Ria from techjockey.com. To everyone who is new here, let me take a moment and tell you guys what Tech Jockey does. Tech Jockey empowers businesses with the right kind of software solutions. So, yes, without further ado, let's begin this live session. We have a very interesting session planned for you guys about stock market, and we have a very special guest with us, Akarshan. I would request you to please send a request to join this live session. Hi, I can see you there. Can you please send a request here? Hi, what's up?
Hi
How are
Riya,
you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Amazing, awesome. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience here?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Akarshan Narang and I'm a full-time digital marketer and a part-time stock investor. So I've been investing in stocks for past 2 years. So it was a very crazy journey because you have ups and downs and there was a day when I was thinking that like what exactly stock market is, and then I actually started doing my research on that, and then slowly and
Great.
steadily entered into it.
Amazing. That is amazing. That's why we have you on board. And I'm super excited. I'm sure our audience is also very excited and pumped. Guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the question tab here. You can see in the live window, niche, there's a question tab. Just drop your questions there and we'll be happy to answer you about those questions. So first up, we have a very interesting question that Arpit has asked. Is stock market a gamble?
Yes, definitely stock market is a gamble. If you are looking to double your money in a day or in a week or in a very short span of time, then definitely you can consider it as a very risky gamble, right? But if you are ready to put your time, if you're ready to put your efforts, your dedication in some research and analysis, then it's not a gamble. So it's depend upon you. Like what goal do you have? If you want to go with it patiently, then definitely it's not a gamble. But if you want to double your money like the next day, then definitely it's a very risky gamble.
So we have a lot of varied audience watching this. We have students here, we have college students, we have working professionals,
Hmm.
entrepreneurs. Whom would you say is the ideal person who should be investing in stock market, or it's like
I think
everybody should do it?
I think definitely everybody should do it, or everybody should get their hands dirty in it, because it's not only about stock market, but it will also help you gain knowledge about what is happening in the economy, right? So, for example, if you're a college student and you have a small amount of pocket money, so you can basically invest around 10%, 20% in that in stock investing, but invest only the money that you are not afraid to lose.
Yeah,
If you are
that
ready
you
to
exactly.
if you are ready to lose 500 rupees, go with it. If you're ready to lose 100 rupees, go with it. No problem. But at least start investing, because with that you'll gain some experience in the market, what is happening in the market, how to do your research. If your stock actually failed or have given you some losses, then you have to backtrack why those losses were. And if your stock have given you some returns, that is actually very good. But then you also have to backtrack why that event happened, why that profit came. Is it
Yeah.
because of your research, or you are actually following the herd and that because you've got some return? So your strategy should be very much backed up with the research.
So, suppose I'm a beginner, like complete beginner. I don't know anything about stock market. What are the first three steps that I should do? Just to get my hands dirty into the whole scenario. And I don't know anything. What would you recommend? Should I do?
Okay, so what you have to do is, uh, first of all, you have to open your Demat account. That is the very first step, right? And you have to understand how stock market works, right? So you have to understand what is the basic formula of demand and supply, right? What is the formula of psychology, that how psychology works. But obviously, psychology is a very small part. Sometimes it plays a very big part, but sometimes it plays a very small part. So first, get some understanding, the very basic understanding about how it works. What are some basic terms? For example, earning per ratio, or sorry, earning per share. What exactly it is, how it is calculated. Then
Hmm.
put some small amount of money, do some research about the company, because uh, there is an advanced level of analysis. But obviously, at the starting, you are very excited to just invest in any stock you want, right? So just do some research, read about the company, and then
Yeah.
just put a small amount in that and wait for the time that like it gonna increase or it gonna decrease. Because these are the very basic steps. But again, we're gonna move further. Then you have to do some analysis. So, for example, if
Hmm.
you want to invest for a long term, so for a long-term investor is the one who actually holds the share for at least a year, right?
Okay.
So you have to do a little bit more research because you are putting your money in a company that for at least basically you are actually locking your money for 1 year,
Hmm.
right? So you have to do a little bit more research. So under that you have to do a fundamental analysis. So definitely
Yeah.
we are going to talk about that in the video, in the live session.
Yeah. So basic research and analysis is absolutely required. Even if you're just starting out, just do your own
Hmm.
research. Don't really depend on anybody else. You need to be like at least a little bit thorough about the whole concept of stock
Right, right.
market. So this brings me to my second question. What are the key indicators that you look while buying or selling a share?
So that is a very broad question you are asking. So let's deep dive a bit. So again, it depends upon your goal. So as I've told you earlier, which is a long-term investment and a short-term investment. So let's go a little bit deep into that.
Yeah.
So if you want to again do a long-term investment, you have to. So you should be an investor that should hold a stock for at least a year. So for a long-term investment, what you have to do is you have to do a fundamental analysis. For example, I want to buy a share of TCS. So one option is I'm just putting the money. The other option is the fundamental analysis. What I will do is I will read the financial statements of the company. What were their profits? What are their liabilities? In past 5 years, has their profit gone up or are those going down? What is the reason of their profit? It is because of the market demand. It is because of the trend. So you have to do that analysis. So you'll see what is the profit. You'll see what is their losses or what are their liabilities in terms of, for example, if they have uh, taken a bank loan, right? So are they able to repay their bank loan or not, right? What are their cash flows, right? Then the next thing will be you have to basically research about some financial ratios, which are EPS, which is earning per share ratio, or a PE ratio. These are some financial terms that are very easy, right? Then what you'll do is then you have to do a peer-to-peer comparison, right? So for example, if you've selected a company such as TCS, right? Then what you will do is you will get the same company, like another company in the same industry in the same sector. Again, you will do the same research for that company and compare it. That is their profit is going up as compared to the company you've chosen or not. So these are some peer-to-peer comparison. Then you have to do a RSI, which is basically a relative strength index. So that will help you that is the stock at a overbought zone or at a underbought zone. So for example, a company A, which has a stock value of let's say 100 rupees. But when you check the price, like the price live at the market, it's 300 rupees. You say, yeah, no, it's a little bit higher according to its value. So, or if a stock price should be at 100 or it's at 50, then you see, yeah, yes, this is a good opportunity that it is at an underbought zone and I should invest in that. And then when it comes to 100 or 200, then you can get your profits done. So these are some basic analysis that you have to do for a long-term investment. Now the next type of investment comes with a short-term investment. So in a short-term investment, basically it is holding a stock for a day, or if you want to sell a stock within a day, or you want to hold a stock for a week, a month, or let's say a quarter. So here you have to do a technical analysis. So in technical analysis, you have to basically backtrace about the patterns, the price pattern of the company, a chart pattern. Basically, it's called a candlestick chart pattern, right? So you have to backtrace that. So, for example, a chocolate company or a sweet company. So, for example, if Diwali is coming, you know that in next a month or so, the price is going to increase because the company is going to perform well and everybody is going to put their money in that. So, like right now, you invest in that company, right? And after the company stock price has reached at a certain level, then you can take your money back and sell the stock. So you have to do some technicalities. Well, obviously, you will not going to spend a day or a week like by backtracing the 5 years or like 5 years of their record, but you are just doing a research like 1 month back or 2 month back. That's it. So it is basically best for the small term investment, which is technical analysis.
That's such a great answer, Akarshan. Thank you so much. I'm sure it was really beneficial to everyone watching this. Next up, we have a question. For a beginner, is it good to invest in small cap or large cap shares?
So I think the person has missed one cap, which is a mid cap. So, to answer this question, let's understand how these companies are classified. So, there are total three types of categories. One is the large cap, mid cap, and a small cap. Okay. So,
Okay.
let's understand what is their, like, how to calculate their market capitalization. So, let me ask you a very simple question. If a company A has a stock price of 25 and company B has a stock price of, let's say, 60 rupees, if I ask you which company is more stable or which company have more value, what your answer will be,
60.
right? Okay. What if I say that company A, which has a stock price of 25, have total 5 lakh shares in the market, and company B, which has a stock price of 60, has only 1 lakh share in the market. So once you
Okay.
calculate that market capitalization,
Hmm.
so company A have a
Yeah.
capitalization of 1.25 crores, and company B, which has a stock price of 60 and only have 1 lakh shares, only has 60
Yeah.
lakh market capitalization.
Yeah.
So again, you're gonna change your
Hmm.
answer that company A have more capitalization. So
Agreed.
to classify these companies, what you have to do, let's say, for example, there are total 1,000 companies in India that are listed on stock market, NSE or BSE. Then you have to set them in the ascending order. Like the first company will have the maximum market cap, second, so on and so forth. Okay. Then from first to the 100th company, all those companies that come under that number will be classified under large cap. And the company from 101 to 250th will be uh, considered as a mid cap.
Mid cap.
And from correct. And from 251 and onwards, it will be considered as a small cap. So now back to your question, which company you should invest in or which cap you should invest in, right? So obviously you must have heard a very famous saying, which is never put all your eggs in one basket, right? So you should invest partially, like 50% in large cap, 30% in mid cap, and 20% in small cap. Then identify which cap company have given you maximum returns, right? And what was the reason? So I'll give you a very basic rule of stock market, which is the higher the risk, the higher the reward. Lower
Yeah.
the risk, the lower the reward. So large cap company will have the least amount of risk and like a very basic average of 8 to 10% of a return on an average. This is a market average. It may give you 20%, but this is the average that is considered. A mid cap company, obviously, it has more risk as compared to the large cap. You can expect a return of let's say 10 to 13, 14%. And from a small cap, you can expect 14% plus return. But again, the small cap will be the riskiest. So
Yeah.
these are just the average number. Please don't think that, yes, small cap have 14%, so I'm going to put all my money into that. Please don't do that. Just do some basic research about that. Just diversify your portfolio, then proceed with it.
Exactly. So we are just suggesting some tips to you guys. Don't just blindly follow them. Do your own research first and then invest. It's your own money. So
Correct.
that takes me to my another question. Do you use any trading platform? Like if you would want to suggest our audience any trading platform to buy or sell shares?
So there are many platforms, but I generally or I use Zerodha, so I can confidently recommend Zerodha to anyone. But there are many brokers are there in the market like Grow or Angel Broking and all. So you can use any one of them, but just see what UI and UX suits you best. That's it.
Okay, so we have another question. What percentage should a salaried employer invest in share market? That's a very interesting question.
Okay, so it's always start with a small number, right? So for example, if you have a salary of let's say 30,000 rupees, start with 5%, 1,500 rupees. If you are again afraid of losing 1,500 rupees and it's a very big loss for you, start with a very small number, let's say 500 rupees. No problem in that. Do your research, get your hands dirty into the market, and then once you start gaining your research, once you have like good backing up research with yourself, then you can increase the number from 5 to 7, 7 to 10. And once you are at a like a very advanced level, then obviously there is no limit. But start with a small number, risk very small amount into the market.
Perfect. So, what percentage should a salary? No, we have already covered this question, right?
Yeah.
Um, okay, so what are the parameters that one should look before buying a trading software?
There are no such like see 90% of the trading software are the same. You have to look at what is the price, what is the brokerage charge they are charging. But
Yeah.
again, it's 99% same. So there is no such classification. But there is a very good platform where you can compare uh, all these brokers or the trading platform, which is techjockey.com. So you can compare all the prices, you can compare all the features, and whatever suits you best, you can proceed with that.
Exactly. So you can head over to techjockey.com. Whoever is watching this right now, I'll share the link in the description box as well, so that your whole, selecting a software journey would be easier and simpler. So, what strategies do you use to evaluate a risk, Akarshan? I know that there are a lot of risks involved in stock market. How do you go about it?
So evaluating a risk is the toughest part, right? But it is like sometimes it's a very easiest part also. But it takes a lot of hard work, right? So so I have to get into like a deep into it, but like I will first explain the basics. So what you have to do is you have to research about the beta of a stock, or you have to calculate the standard deviation of a stock, or let's say a value at risk. That what is the value that you're getting by putting that percentage of risk. What I'll tell you what these metrics helps us know, or what metrics helps us identify. So it so these all the indicators help us know that what is the stability and the volatility of a stock. For example, a company which is Reliance,
Hmm.
it has a very upgrowing trend and a very stable prices. Like it's not that one day it's at 2,000 rupees and the next day it's at 1,500 rupees or at 1,800 rupees. So 200 rupees is a very big difference if I talk about like at a one share price getting a 200 rupees difference. So that is a very big difference. Generally, large companies don't have that volatility. They have a very stability in their uptrend or in their graph. But if I talk about the small cap companies, they have a very high volatility rate. For example, one day their stock price may go up to 1,000, the next day it can go even up to 1,500, or the other day it can go up to 800 or to 700. So
Hmm.
obviously you gonna invest in the company which is more stable, right? So so to evaluate the risk, you have to identify what is the graph which is going up and down, how
Yeah.
frequently it is going up and down, and then you can compare it with the industry standards, like what other companies' graph says about the company or about the industry. Is the same company like on in the same sector, the other company has the same amount of volatility in the market or have more stability? So basically, it can help you know what is the risk which is basically have or the risk concern you have about the company or a stock price.
Great. So, what is the one mistake that one should avoid while trading?
I think there is not one mistake. There are a number of mistakes, but I'll tell you the basic ones that even I have faced myself, which is like being in hurry, not doing the proper research, right?
Hmm.
Being like sometimes like I have a psychology यार थोड़ा सा ऊपर चले जाएगा तो वो थोड़ा greed वाला factor आ जाता है. So
Hmm.
these are like three of them are a very big enemy of a trader or a stock investor. So you should be very much cautious about your research or never ever take your like never ever let your emotions control over your decisions. लग रहा है यार इंट्यूशन आ रही है कि ना थोड़ा सा ऊपर चले जाएगा. I'm having an intuition that the price will rise in the
Hmm.
next month or in the next year. Please don't ever do that. Please do your research. Like if it goes up, like you have to, for example, if I argue with you that if you say that the software may or the stock may go up to, let's say, like it will gonna increase by 50% or 20%. So I will ask you, like, what is the reason? Like, how you can so confidently say that?
Hmm.
So obviously you can't answer with the you obviously you can't answer that I have an intuition and that's why it's gonna increase.
Yeah.
I will ask you like what is the research based on what is the research that you have backed up with. So
Hmm.
obviously please or and one more thing, please don't take any tips from anyone. Please do your own research. Obviously, if a person is thinking of a long term and you have a goal of a short term, the
Hmm.
person will tell you a tip according to the long term and you have
Yeah.
a different goal. So please don't take any tip. Do your research. There are a lot of websites that will help you backing up your research. Everything is available publicly in the market. So please do your research. At least do some basic research so that you'll be 50% confident that I've done my basic research. But if you want to go deeper, then you can do full research and then you can basically have full confidence in your decision.
Yeah. So whoever is watching this, one thing that you should take from this session is do your research, and another thing is be patient. So these are the two things and factors I think is most important in your
Right,
journey. So
right, right.
last question we have is top five stocks that you would recommend to our audience.
Yes, I would like to give you a tip that please don't take a tip. I'm not gonna give you any tips, but yeah, so now you've asked me, I'm gonna give you a suggestion. So there is an app called Small Cases, which have ready-made portfolios based on the
Hmm.
industry, based on the sector, based on the market trend. So let's say that electric vehicles gonna rise up and gonna boom in next 10 to 20 years. And you know that anyways this industry is gonna go up. So there you will find those stocks that are listed under that market trend. Or if you
Okay.
know that pharma is going to outperform the next year, or like for example in 2019 or at the start of coronavirus, for example, if you have thought that yeah, that pharma can go up or the auto sector is going to go down because obviously due to the lockdown, no one is purchasing their car or no one is purchasing vehicles due to the less purchasing power. So you know that it may go up because you have an intuition. There you will find those stocks which are obviously backed up with research, but again you can compare those with other sectors. And so for a start, it's a very good platform. But now once you gain some confidence on yourself, then you can like leave small cases aside and do your own research.
Amazing. That was such a great session, Akarshan. I think we lost you. Uh, Okay, so Akarshan has left, and I think we were almost done with the session. Akarshan, if you're watching this, thank you so much for your time, and it was a very wonderful session, very knowledgeable. I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this will be okay. So let's see if we can get Akarshan back here. Yes, hello.
Sorry, I think due to the connection error, I was
Yeah,
actually
so
got up.
I was just saying, thank you so much for such a wonderful session. It was a very, very amazing and knowledgeable. I'm sure everybody has had like would be having a great time watching this session. And yes, anything else you would want to add?
I would like to thank you, Tech Jockey, and you for having me here and helping others spreading or get some knowledge. And that actually helped me spreading some knowledge. And I hope that all the question, like I'll be able to answer all your questions. And even if you have any question, please do drop into the comment section. And I'm available. You can DM me if you have any questions or if you need any help. But I'm definitely not going to give you any tip. I can help you out with the research. That's it.
Superb. So this live will be saved as an IGTV. People can watch and comment your any queries that you guys have. You can just drop them in the comment section. And yeah, we hope to have more sessions like this. And this is the agenda of techjockey.com to spread knowledge and help businesses and individuals together to have a better life. So yeah, thank you so much,
Correct.
and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Akarshan. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.